You raised them. You fed them, clothed them, comforted them when they cried, and celebrated every milestone, from their very first steps to their first job. You sacrificed your time, your energy, your dreams, and sometimes even your health to make sure your children had a better life than you did. But now, something feels different. They're adults. They live their own lives. And instead of showing you gratitude, kindness, or even basic respect, sometimes you feel ignored, dismissed, or even treated as if you don't matter anymore. Have you ever sat alone in your room and thought, why don't my children respect me the way I respected my parents? Or maybe you've asked yourself, did I do something wrong as a parent? If so, you're not alone. In fact, millions of parents around the world, especially seniors, quietly carry the pain of feeling unappreciated by their grown children. And it hurts deeply because respect is not about ego. It's about dignity. It's about love flowing both ways. Here's the truth. Respect doesn't automatically come with age, nor can it be forced. But it can be nurtured, rebuilt, and regained when you take the right steps. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 7 wise, powerful steps to restore harmony and authority in your relationship with your grown children. Not with shouting, not with guilt, not with emotional games, but with calm wisdom, clear boundaries, and self-respect. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll also share the single most important mindset shift that will protect your peace no matter what. So let's begin. Step 1, rebuild communication. The very first step is to rebuild communication. When respect breaks down, it's almost always tied to broken communication. Many parents of grown children fall into one of 2 traps. They stop saying how they feel and silently carry the hurt. Or they only speak when frustrated, and their words come out as anger, criticism, or demands. Neither works. Silence creates distance. Anger creates resistance. Instead, you need to open the door again with honesty, vulnerability, and calm. Imagine this. Your son or daughter says something dismissive to you. Maybe they roll their eyes when you give advice, or they raise their voice when you ask for help. Instead of shouting back, you might calmly say, "Listen, I love you, but when you speak to me that way, it hurts. I want us to have a good relationship, but I need you to speak respectfully to me." Notice the difference? You are not demanding respect. You're explaining how their behavior affects you. You're opening the door for dialogue. This is powerful because most adult children don't even realize when they're being disrespectful. They may be stressed from work, struggling in their own lives, or carrying unresolved resentment from childhood. By speaking calmly, you give them space to reflect instead of react. Another key to rebuilding communication is listening. Ask them, how do you feel when I say this? Is there something I do that makes you upset? This doesn't mean you accept blame for everything, but it shows that you're open to dialogue, not just lecturing, and respect grows in that open space. Remember, communication is not about winning an argument. It's about building a bridge. And every bridge starts with one person laying down the first plank. Step 2, set healthy boundaries. Step 2, set healthy boundaries. This is one of the hardest lessons for parents, especially seniors. Why? Because many of you were raised with the belief that parents must give endlessly, no matter what. But here's the truth. If you allow disrespect, it will continue. If you accept poor treatment, it will become normal. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors, and you control when those doors open and close. For example, if your child yells at you, you can calmly say, "I want to continue this conversation, but not if you're shouting. Let's take a break and talk later." If they constantly ask for money without gratitude, you might say, "I love you, but I can't keep helping financially like this. I need to take care of myself too." The key is consistency. Boundaries only work if you hold them firmly. Think of boundaries as teaching your children how to treat you. Every time you enforce them, you are saying, I respect myself and I expect you to do the same. And don't feel guilty. Healthy boundaries protect love. They don't destroy it. Step 3, lead by example. Step 3, lead by example. This might sound simple, but it's extremely powerful. Here's a truth most people don't realize. Respect is contagious. The way you speak to your children becomes the way they eventually speak to you. If you use constant criticism, sarcasm, or nagging, they will likely mirror that tone back. But if you show calm, measured, respectful communication, even in disagreements, it sets the standard. This doesn't mean you become passive. It means you model dignity. For example, instead of saying, you never call me, you don't care about me anymore, you can say, I miss hearing from you. When you call, it makes me so happy. Can we talk more often? One sounds like blame. The other sounds like love. Which one do you think will be received better? When you respect yourself, when you live with dignity, and when you treat others with kindness, you are showing your children exactly how to respect you in return. Step 4, strengthen your independence. Step 4, strengthen your independence. Here's a tough truth. Sometimes adult children lose respect for their parents when they see them as too dependent. If every conversation is about your health struggles, financial worries, or loneliness, your children may start to feel overwhelmed, and that can turn into avoidance. On the other hand, when they see you living independently, pursuing hobbies, making friends, volunteering, traveling, or simply enjoying life, their respect grows. Why? Because independence shows strength. It tells your children, I am not a burden. I am an individual with my own life. This doesn't mean you should never ask for help, but balance is key. Show them that you are capable, strong, and thriving, and they will naturally admire you. Remember, you are not only their parent, you're also a role model for how to live life fully, even in later years. Step 5, stop overgiving. Step 5, stop overgiving. This is a painful one for many parents. You may think, but giving is love. And yes, it is. But overgiving, especially when it's not appreciated, creates entitlement, not respect. Think about it. If you always pay their bills, always solve their problems, always say yes to every request, why would they value your effort? It becomes expected, not respected. Instead, start giving wisely. Give support when it truly helps them grow. Say yes when it's healthy and no when it's harmful. For example, if your grown child calls and says, Mom, I need $500 again, instead of immediately handing it over, you can ask, what's your plan for managing this long term? This shifts the dynamic. You're not just a bank. You're a guide. Love is not measured by how much you sacrifice. It's measured by how much you help your children become responsible, respectful adults. Step 6. Build respect outside the family. Step 6. Build respect outside the family. Sometimes, children don't fully see your worth because they only see you as mom or dad. But when they see others admire you, their perspective changes. Join a community group. Volunteer. Teach. Share your wisdom with others. Get involved in activities where your presence makes a difference. Imagine your child seeing you give a speech at your local community center, or hearing from neighbors how kind and helpful you are. Suddenly they realize, wow, my parent is admired by others. Respect grows when they see you through a new lens. And even if your children take longer to change, building respect in other circles will nourish your own sense of dignity and self-worth. Step 7. Let go of guilt and stand firm. Finally, Step 7. Let go of guilt and stand firm. Many parents feel guilty when they enforce boundaries, say no, or demand respect. They fear their children will be angry or stop visiting or withdraw love. But here's the truth. If love depends on you being silent, being mistreated, or sacrificing endlessly, that's not real love. Respect begins with you. You cannot control every choice your grown children make. You cannot erase every mistake from the past. And you cannot force them to behave perfectly. But you can stand firm in your own dignity. You can choose to speak with honesty. You can choose to live independently. You can choose to let go of guilt for not being the perfect parent. When you do this, your children may resist at first. They may test your boundaries. But over time, many will come see you in a new light. They will see your strength. And with strength comes respect, conclusion, and call to action. So let's recap. The 7 wise steps to regaining respect from your grown children are: rebuild communication, set healthy boundaries, lead by example, strengthen your independence, stop overgiving, build respect outside the family, let go of guilt and stand firm. Remember, this is not about controlling your children. It's about reclaiming your dignity, your peace, and your authority as a parent. Respect is not demanded. It's earned, modeled, and protected. So I ask you, which of these 7 steps will you start practicing today? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. And if this video helped you, please give it a like, share it with another parent who might be struggling, and subscribe for more wisdom on family, respect, and living with dignity, because you deserve respect. You always have. And starting today, you can take the steps to make sure you receive it.